Hi, how are you today? I'm glad to see you. I wanted to talk to you about New Year's resolution. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan, and if you hear some weird sounding words or weird pronunciation, do not worry. I'm just a French guy making his way through YouTube in English. Yeah. So what is it I wanted to talk to you about? I wanted to talk to you about how you should stop making New Year resolutions. Why? Because they're making you miserable and they're actually not that good for your self-esteem. But I can't hear you saying it right now. What the hell is this guy talking about? Hear me out. It's that time again. End of the year. Festivities, parties with families and friends. Lots of food, cake, pies, alcohol, fancy drinks, gifts. Everything to make you feel amazing. Maybe you stop exercising during that time. Maybe gaining a little bit of weight. Eating way too much food that you shouldn't be eating every day, drinking way too much alcohol, sleeping like shit because, well, let's face it, it's parties after parties after parties. But you're telling yourself, that's fine, doesn't really matter because by January 1st, I'll become the best version of me and all that by magic, stopping all these things. Even adding to the list of things that you're gonna stop or you're gonna start. Oh, I'll quit cigarette and alcohol for good. I'll start going to the gym every day. After a big high comes a big crash. The motivation you had while indulging is not quite the same anymore after January 1st, is it? So you procrastinate, next thing you know, you're back to square one 11 months later, making the same resolutions, and the cycle starts over. I'm making soup right now, that's why I wanted to move. That looks good. The problem when you do that is, you're unconsciously training your brain and training yourself that in fact, you can't keep your resolution, makes you feel like a loser, powerless in front of the things that you want to quit, and that you're living in this fantasy of who you could become for a month or so and then go back to your old self. There's lyrics from this song Survivors from the artist Passenger that I really like. You're sick of the same thing, but it's quicker than changing. It's too late to begin. It applies to this so much. You're sick of having those habits of the things you're doing. You want to change them. Then you realize, well, it's fucking hard to change. So you go back to your old self, telling yourself, well, it's too late to begin now, so I'll just start next year. But that begs the question, why do we wait at the end of the year to better ourselves? Or at least pretend that we want to better ourselves? Well, according to a psychologist I found on Google, we get our hopes up and it's motivated by a punctuation in time. It activates hopes and expectation for what we hope to achieve in the future. And with the new year, it always comes a sense of renewal. We all felt that at some point. It's New Year, we're celebrating and we think that, oh my God, tomorrow it's gonna be so different. Well, it's not. So the big problem is that you're making unrealistic resolutions, that you're setting yourself up for a 100% failure rate and killing your self-confidence by doing so. Let me explain. First thing first, you should start small. If you've never exercised in your life and you're telling yourself that you're gonna go 5 or 6 days a week at the gym and you're gonna train for 2-3 hours a session, that's not gonna happen. Or you're gonna quit very fast. Why don't you instead decide to go 3-4 days a week at the gym for maybe 30 minutes to an hour? Or even just start by going to take a walk every day for 30 minutes. But start the habit and stick to it with a reasonable goal that it's not gonna be scary to you and it's gonna freak you out. Then, once you get the habit going, then you can build on it and set yourself higher goals. Doing it like this will boost your self-confidence. You're gonna be proud of yourself, and next thing you know, you're gonna be in a better shape of your life that you've ever been. But some things are harder to quit, that I know. Cigarettes, alcohol, fast food, sugar. So I have a little trick for you. Instead of telling yourself that you're quitting forever, just tell yourself that you're taking a break with an open ending. This is what I did and it really worked. Long time ago, 15 years ago, I was working out at that gym and I met this older gentleman that was working out there every day and he was in the best shape of his life. He was 61 years old. And he was telling me that when he was in his 20s, he was drinking heavily, smoking cigarettes, eating junk food, sugar. And at 30, he decided that he wanted a family, he wanted to take care of himself, so he quit everything at the same time. But what he did, he says, I'm allowing myself to do these things again when I'm 66 years old. I don't know why 36 years, that was his number. He was 61, he was 5 years of his goal of not smoking and not drinking. I decided to apply that trick on me, and it really worked. And all in that mindset of this is an open ending. When I meet the goal I made for myself, I'll see what I do. Basically, tell yourself that you're gonna quit 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and you'll reassess when you reach the goal of your challenge to see how you feel. Even offer yourself a prize at the end of your challenge with the money you saved by not doing those things. Most likely, you're gonna feel so great, you're not gonna wanna go back. So I decided a while back that I wasn't gonna take New Year's resolutions anymore. I made life resolutions. I figured out my values and the metrics to which I wanted to compare myself to, and I started living accordingly to them. And it removed 100% of the pressure of that dreaded January 1st New Year resolutions. I set myself some rules, daily rules that I will not compromise, because I know how great they make me feel. Obviously, I'm human, so a slip happens here and there, and nothing is perfect. But taking the decision to live by those rules has improved my life 200%. Going to bed early, waking up early. I only allow myself 1 hour of entertainment TV a week. Eating good foods, healthy foods, no modified sugar as much as possible. Exercising, whether it's just going for a walk for 30 minutes or body weight training, I do something every day. No alcohol. Being kind and patient with others and myself as well. But this all started by taking just one decision at a time. And all these decisions, well, it became my life. My daily life has become a bundle of all those New Year's resolutions that we always make on January 1st. It didn't work before because I just didn't know how to keep those resolutions, how to come up with a system with them. Because I do think that you need to come up with a system, because you can't just put all this work on your shoulders and expect it to go the way you want. This is not how it works. But I am sure you could do it too. You just need to take the decision. To make the decision? You just need to take the decision. Again, I'm French. But I strongly believe that you shouldn't be making any more New Year resolutions if you're not gonna keep them. Because, well, let's face it, lying to yourself, feeling ashamed, it's probably something you don't enjoy. A good way that you will never have to make a New Year resolution ever again in your life is just to make a life resolution. Just try to be the best version of yourself every day. Obviously, this is just my opinion. What worked for me might not work for you. So you take what you like out of it, and well, the rest you let go. Thank you so much for watching my videos. This means the world to me. I really appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed yet, maybe you want to do that now as a new resolution. And maybe hit the like button so the video finds more people that needs to hear this message. It's always a good time to become the other. And I'll speak to you very soon.